His innocence lost, and I wonder where he is. I miss Billy the Kid. Okay, I'm gonna video response for today. This is today's the idea of the word. My word for today is country, and I live in a small town called Clearwater. There's probably about 3,000 people that live in the city limits. In all reality, there's a very few people that live in Clearwater, and it's on the outskirts of Wichita. And Shay Carl asked today if you lived out in the country. Now, I live about a 20-minute drive from anything. I started, if you hop in the car, you start driving, it's at least 30 miles to anywhere. It's in a circle, in a radius. So, in all reality, this is a podunk piece of junk place. But I work out on the east side of Wichita, so I have to drive like 40 miles to work in the mornings, which takes me like 35 minutes. And I spend so much time in the car. And I don't mind the countryside. It's beautiful. Countryside is amazing. You roll straw or wheat or hay bales. In Kansas, a lot of farmers grow wheat, and so you got stalks of wheat, but the only part of the wheat that you actually use is about the top 2 inches, at the very end of a 4-foot stalk. So you got all this length, this wasted length that ends up, just getting turned into hay bales. Now, hay is a big thing, but when you look at it, there's these, just after a field's been plowed, there's this empty plain, like a flat land. And you can literally see for probably 5, 6, maybe even some days up to 8 or 10 miles in a straight line. And then Kansas is very flat. I mean, level straight on for so long. It's literally flatter than a pancake. And there's no trees because there's not enough water to support tree life. There's enough rainfall and stuff to support grass growth and food crop growth and stuff like that. But anything that needs a lot of water, like a tree, can't survive. So trees are not abundant unless there's a creek bed. So you can look for 8 miles and no trees and no hills, no mountains, no nothing. 8 miles looking straight on, and there's nothing but fields, straight on fields. And right after, in the fall, right after the fields have been plowed, they got hay bales, and they go every, like 50 feet or so. So you got hay bales 50 feet, and they're in rows. They're in nice, tidy rows. For 8 miles, you're seeing nothing but hay bales in neat, tidy rows, and they're all, rather than being rows and lines, they're only rows. And they go on, so they're like checkers. For 8 miles, you're seeing nothing but thousands of hay bales. That is the most beautiful thing you can see on the American countryside in Kansas. And I've lived in like Wichita before in city limits, but even that's still kind of country. I guess it's a lot like Idaho or Ohio or Nebraska or Oklahoma or Missouri, any of those Midwest states that are pretty flat. It's that song is way too uppity. Picking songs, playing music. Anyways, I'm out of time. That was country. I gotta come up with a better sign off. I'm gonna say Lates.